Welcome to Rome, Eternal Glory, a journey back in time to explore the rise and fall of one of the greatest empires in history, the Roman Empire. In this epic documentary, we will uncover the political intrigue, military might, cultural achievements, and ultimate decline of this ancient superpower. In the heart of Italy, amidst the Tiber River's gentle flow, emerged the cradle of one of history's most formidable empires, Rome. The tale begins with a myth steeped in legend and intrigue. According to Roman mythology, the city's founding is entwined with the tragic and yet compelling story of Romulus and Remus, twin brothers said to be descendants of the god Mars. Abandoned at birth and left to perish on the banks of the Tiber, the twins were miraculously saved by a she-wolf and later adopted by a shepherd. As the twins matured, destiny beckoned them to establish a city. Yet, a dispute over its location led to a fraternal conflict. Romulus, driven by ambition, prevailed in a fateful contest that resulted in the founding of Rome on April 21, 753 BCE, according to legend. With this mythical genesis, Rome began its journey, evolving from a humble settlement into a force that would shape the destiny of the ancient world. The fledgling Roman Republic witnessed the establishment of a unique political system. The power rested in the hands of the Roman citizens, primarily landowning males known as the patricians. These citizens, organized into political assemblies, had the authority to elect magistrates and enact laws. Central to Rome's governance was the Senate, a council of elders advising magistrates. The Roman Republic's stability hinged on a delicate balance between the aristocratic Senate and the common citizens, or plebeians. Over time, the Roman Republic's political landscape matured, marked by the establishment of written laws and the codification of the 12 Tables in 449 BCE. This legal framework became the cornerstone of Roman justice and governance. Rome's insatiable hunger for power manifested in its relentless expansion through military conquests. One of the most pivotal conflicts that shaped Rome's destiny was the series of wars against Carthage, the Punic Wars. The First Punic War, 264–241 BCE, marked Rome's naval debut, securing control over Sicily. The Second Punic War, 218–201 BCE, unfolded as Hannibal, Carthage's brilliant general, crossed the Alps, striking fear into the heart of Rome with victories like Cannae. Yet, Rome's resilience prevailed, led by generals like Scipio Africanus, who ultimately defeated Hannibal at the Battle of Zama in 202 BCE. The Third Punic War, 149–146 BCE, concluded with the complete destruction of Carthage, leaving Rome as the uncontested master of the Mediterranean. Through these tumultuous early years, Rome transformed from a small city-state into a dominant republic, setting the stage for the grandeur and challenges that would define its eternal legacy. With the chaos of the early years behind it, Rome entered a golden era under the rule of Augustus, marking the beginning of Pax Romana, the Roman peace. Augustus, the adopted son of Julius Caesar, ascended to power in 27 BCE. His reign, known as the Principate, brought stability and prosperity to Rome. Augustus implemented a series of political and social reforms, consolidating power in a principate system that cleverly retained the appearance of a republic. Under Augustus, Rome flourished culturally and artistically. The Augustan age witnessed a resurgence of classical arts, literature, and architecture, setting the stage for an enduring legacy that would influence Western civilization for centuries to come. One cannot discuss the grandeur of Rome without marveling at its architectural achievements. The Colosseum, a colossal amphitheater, became a symbol of Roman engineering prowess. Built to host gladiatorial contests and public spectacles, it stands as an enduring testament to Roman entertainment and engineering ingenuity. The Pantheon, another architectural masterpiece, showcased the Romans' mastery of domes and concrete construction. Its iconic dome, a marvel of engineering, still stands as the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome. The Romans were also innovators in urban planning and water management. Aqueducts, such as the Pont du Gard in Gaul, enabled the transportation of water over vast distances, supplying the city with a constant flow of clean water. These engineering marvels not only served practical purposes but also reflected the grandeur and ambition of Rome at its peak. Beyond its military and architectural achievements, Rome's influence extended far beyond its borders through extensive trade networks. The Silk Road, a vast network of interconnected trade routes, facilitated the exchange of goods, culture, and ideas between the East and the West. Roman merchants engaged in the lucrative silk trade, importing this luxurious fabric from the Far East. The Silk Road became a conduit for the exchange of not only goods but also philosophies, religions, and technological advancements. As Roman coins and goods found their way to the distant corners of the world, the empire's economic influence solidified, creating a diverse and interconnected world. The era of Pax Romana not only brought peace within the empire but also established Rome as a global economic powerhouse, leaving an indelible mark on the history of trade and commerce. The Golden Age of Augustus and the architectural marvels of Rome stand as testaments to a period of peace and prosperity that, for a time, united an empire in cultural and economic brilliance. The might of Rome rested on the shoulders of its formidable military machine, a disciplined force that would become the envy of the ancient world. At the heart of the Roman military were the legions, well-disciplined, heavily armed infantry units that formed the backbone of Roman power. Each legion consisted of around 5,000 soldiers, organized into cohorts, centuries, and maniples. Leading these legions were centurions, veteran soldiers chosen for their bravery and leadership. Centurions were the backbone of Roman discipline, enforcing orders with a combination of respect and authority. The Roman military's strength lay not only in its size but in the unwavering discipline instilled in its soldiers. The annals of Roman military glory reached new heights under the leadership of one of its most iconic figures, Julius Caesar. Caesar, a military genius and astute politician, led Rome to unprecedented victories during the Gallic Wars, 58 to 50 BCE. His campaigns in Gaul not only expanded Roman territory but also showcased the effectiveness of Roman military strategy. The Rubicon River, a seemingly insignificant waterway, became eternally significant when crossed by Caesar in 49 BCE. This act defied Roman law, sparking a civil war that would ultimately lead to Caesar's rise as dictator. The battles of Alesia and Gergovia displayed Caesar's military brilliance, utilizing innovative tactics to overcome superior numbers. The success of the Roman military lay not only in the bravery of individual soldiers but in meticulously planned tactics and strategies. The Roman phalanx, a tight formation of soldiers armed with shields and short swords, created an impenetrable wall of defense. The flexibility of the manipular system allowed for adaptability on diverse terrains. The Romans were also skilled in siege warfare, utilizing advanced engineering techniques to overcome fortified cities. The construction of siege engines, such as battering rams and siege towers, became a hallmark of Roman military innovation. The concept of divide and conquer was central to Roman military strategy. By dividing enemy forces and exploiting weaknesses, Roman generals ensured the success of their campaigns. The Roman military machine, a well-oiled engine of discipline, strategy, and innovation, not only secured the empire's borders but also laid the foundation for centuries of military tactics still studied and admired today. The grandeur of Rome, once a beacon of power and prosperity, faced the shadows of internal turmoil and external threats that would ultimately usher in an era of crisis and decline. The economic foundations of Rome, which had once seemed unassailable, began to crack under the weight of inflation and excessive taxation. The rampant minting of coins to fund military campaigns led to inflation, eroding the value of currency and causing economic hardships for both the wealthy and the common citizens. Coupled with burdensome taxation, particularly on the agrarian class, Rome's economic woes deepened. The once thriving agricultural sector struggled, contributing to a decline in overall economic productivity. As economic hardships intensified, political instability cast a dark shadow over the Roman Empire. Nowhere was this more evident than in the chaotic year of the four emperors. In 69 CE, a power struggle erupted following the death of Nero. Galba, Otho, Vitellius, and Vespasian each claimed the imperial throne in quick succession, leading to a brief but tumultuous period of civil war. The series of conflicts not only underscored the fragility of Roman political institutions but also weakened the perception of a stable imperial authority. In the midst of economic hardships and political chaos, social unrest simmered among the Roman populace. The famous phrase, "bread and circuses," encapsulates the government's attempt to pacify the masses through the distribution of free grain and elaborate public spectacles. While providing momentary relief, these measures highlighted the growing disparity between the ruling elite and the common citizens. The people, once fiercely proud of their republican traditions, now found solace in the distractions of the arena rather than engaging in the governance of their empire. The societal fabric that had bound Rome together began to unravel, as unrest and dissatisfaction among the people festered. Amidst the shadows of Rome's decline, a new and transformative force emerged: the rise of Christianity, a spiritual revolution that would reshape the course of history. The roots of Christianity lie in the humble town of Bethlehem, where Jesus of Nazareth, a charismatic preacher and healer, began a ministry that would sow the seeds of a global movement. With teachings of love, compassion, and a promise of eternal life, Jesus attracted a following that transcended social and cultural boundaries. The Apostle Paul, a key figure in the early Christian movement, played a pivotal role in spreading the message beyond Judea. His missionary journeys across the Roman Empire brought Christianity to diverse communities. However, the early Christian community faced severe persecution from Roman authorities. Christians refused to worship the state gods, challenging the traditional Roman religious order. Many Christians faced martyrdom, becoming symbols of steadfast faith in the face of adversity. The Roman arenas, once stages for gladiatorial combat, witnessed the courage of those who chose death over renouncing their beliefs. Despite the persecutions, Christianity continued to thrive, with the blood of martyrs fertilizing the ground for a faith that would eventually eclipse the traditional Roman Pantheon. The turning point for Christianity came with the rise of Emperor Constantine, a man whose vision would forever alter the spiritual landscape of the Roman Empire. Before the Battle of Milvian Bridge in 312 CE, Constantine claimed to have experienced a vision of a Christian symbol, the Chi Rho, along with the words, "In hoc signo vinces," "In this sign, you will conquer." After securing victory, Constantine issued the Edict of Milan in 313 CE, granting religious tolerance to all faiths, including Christianity. This marked a significant departure from the previous policies of persecution. Constantine convened the First Council of Nicaea in 325 CE, bringing together Christian leaders to establish a unified doctrine. This marked a critical moment in the institutionalization of Christianity within the Roman Empire. The rise of Christianity, from humble beginnings to becoming the state religion of Rome, not only transformed the spiritual landscape but also played a central role in shaping the culture and values of the Western world. As the Roman Empire grappled with internal strife and religious transformation, external threats loomed on the horizon. The formidable challenge came not from within but from the relentless waves of barbarian invasions. The first major blow struck in 410 CE when the Visigoths, led by Alaric, breached the walls of Rome. This marked the first time in nearly 800 years that the city had fallen to a foreign invader. The sacking of Rome by the Visigoths sent shockwaves throughout the empire. The once mighty capital, a symbol of power and grandeur, lay pillaged and in ruins. The Vandals, under King Genseric, continued the assault in 455 CE, carrying out a devastating sack of Rome. The plundering of the city's treasures and the desecration of sacred sites left an indelible mark on Roman psyche. The Western Roman Empire, weakened by economic troubles, political instability, and repeated invasions, faced its inevitable demise. In 476 CE, the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. This event is traditionally considered the end of the Western Roman Empire. The once mighty empire, which had spanned 3 continents and endured for centuries, now existed only in fragmented remnants. While the West crumbled, the Eastern Roman Empire, commonly known as the Byzantine Empire, endured, led by emperors determined to preserve the legacy of Rome. Emperor Justinian I, in the 6th century, sought to reclaim the glory of Rome. His ambitious campaigns sought to reunite the East and West, symbolized by the construction of the magnificent Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. However, despite periods of resurgence, the Byzantine Empire faced its own challenges, including invasions by Persians, Arabs, and the emerging power of the Ottoman Turks. In 1453, the Byzantine Empire met its final fate with the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Turks. The city's walls, once thought impregnable, succumbed to the relentless siege. The echoes of the Roman Empire lingered in the annals of history, as the West succumbed to barbarian invasions and the East transformed into the Byzantine Empire. The fall of Rome marked the end of an era, but its legacy endured, influencing the civilizations that would follow in its wake. Though the physical structures of Rome may have crumbled, its legacy endures in the intangible foundations it laid for law, language, and architectural brilliance. Perhaps the most enduring legacy of Rome lies in its legal and governance systems. The Romans, keenly aware of the need for order, developed a sophisticated legal framework that has left an indelible mark on the modern world. The Roman Republic's system of governance, with its checks and balances, has been a model for republics throughout history. Concepts such as the separation of powers and the idea of civic duty continue to shape contemporary political thought. The codification of Roman law in the form of the 12 Tables laid the groundwork for legal systems in Europe and beyond. The principle of innocent until proven guilty and the right to a fair trial have their roots in Roman jurisprudence. The linguistic legacy of Rome is perhaps most apparent in the widespread influence of Latin. The Romans, through conquest and cultural diffusion, spread Latin across their vast empire. As the Roman Empire dissolved, Latin evolved into the Romance languages: Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian. These languages, spoken by millions today, bear witness to the enduring impact of Rome on the linguistic tapestry of Europe. Moreover, Latin's role as the language of scholarship and education persisted for centuries. The study of Latin was integral to the intellectual development of Europe, laying the groundwork for the Renaissance and the scientific revolution. The grandeur of Roman architecture, a fusion of engineering prowess and artistic finesse, continues to captivate the world. Roman engineering marvels, such as aqueducts, roads, and bridges, set the standard for infrastructure. The enduring durability of Roman construction techniques is evident in the aqueducts still standing in parts of Europe and North Africa. The iconic structures of Rome, including the Colosseum and the Pantheon, not only inspire awe but also serve as blueprints for architects across centuries. The principles of arches, domes, and columns, integral to Roman architecture, have been embraced by builders worldwide. The Roman emphasis on practicality and efficiency in engineering laid the groundwork for modern civil engineering. The grid system of urban planning, as seen in ancient Roman cities, has influenced city layouts to this day. As we reflect on the enduring legacy of Rome, we recognize that the empire, though no longer standing, continues to shape our lives in profound ways. From legal systems to languages, and from engineering marvels to architectural aesthetics, the imprint of Rome remains etched in the foundations of our modern world. The spirit of Rome lives on in the institutions, languages, and structures that connect us to the grandeur of an empire that once stretched across the known world. The echoes of Rome still resonate in our modern world. Join us as we reflect on the triumphs and tribulations of a civilization that shaped the course of history. Rome, Eternal Glory, invites you to step back in time and witness the eternal legacy of the Roman Empire.